Hey everyone, this is the Humanity in the Loop podcast. As technology is advancing quickly, we freefall into technology, startups, business, and more with a focus on humanity. But before we get started, the podcast has been created for entertainment and educational purposes only, and nothing in the content should be taken as investment advice. To see the full disclaimer, go to humanityinintheloop.gtzt.xyz. Again, that is humanityinintheloop.gtzt.xyz. So let's get started, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Okay, so let's get into it. It is amazing if we open up our computers, there are a lot of streets we can drive down, so many places to go, and a lot of rabbit holes to go down. It is all quite fascinating. When it comes to learning, the possibilities are limitless, and it can be very easy to find yourself trying to climb back out of that rabbit hole. We have so much information at our fingertips. It is getting easier and easier to create for the internet, websites, web applications, mobile apps, and AI agents. Also, creating content for social media, especially video content, as well as podcasts. But as it gets easier to create, the one thing that stays constant is it is hard to get seen on the internet. After creating, it is hard to get that post, video, website, or web app seen, and that is one of the biggest problems facing folks as they create. It actually is one of the biggest problems facing the business world. Marketing. It seems weird to say marketing is one of the biggest problems facing the world, but the reality is, it is. As we watch the tech world ramp up AI, create data centers, and all the drama around computer chips, the tech world is anticipating computer usage to continue to rise heavily, and it is definitely going to impact the environment. But what does this have to do with marketing? If we look at the future of business and work, it is going to take something for businesses to get known. So as the tech world continues to ramp up and it gets easier to create, nothing has budged when it comes to businesses being able to garnish much attention online. And again, as tech companies ramp up, the odds of there being a mass amount of content created for the internet that will live in obscurity for very few folks to see is extremely likely. This is not about talent, and by all means not about criticizing anyone or any team's creation. It is about digital obscurity. But as we are entering into the age of AI, this seems a bit absurd and inefficient, because now it is creating issues related to the earth. As we go forward, we currently have a few social media platforms and a few media platforms where businesses can try and market themselves. Of course, there are many forms of old school hard knocks forms of marketing, but when it comes to marketing online, we have seen very little innovation. This is a very big problem facing the business world in general. As money continues to pour into AI, there seems to be a real disconnect, and again, it seems inefficient in relation to humanity. If you go back in history, marketing has always been extremely hard. Prior to the internet, there was radio, newspapers, magazines, billboards, direct mail, and TV. And of course, that all exists today. But as the world rapidly advances when it comes to tech and AI, it seems innovation has been slow in relation to marketing. But let's talk about why we use the word inefficient. If compute power and resources like water and electricity are being used in the creation of online content, and that content may end up living in obscurity, that is tough and inefficient. So the hard part is, why are we continuing to throw so much at content creation software? and so little at platforms where that content can live and see the light of day. So the question is, are we simply building the wrong products in relation to the future of business and work? If we are going to create tech products that require heavy resources like water and electricity, we should be smart, conscious, and think about efficiency. If those resources are going to be used, they should be used to benefit humanity, the business world, and the future of work. Where we truly need innovation is in the area of business creation. We currently have the venture model and the small to mid-sized business model, and then there is the micro enterprises, side hustle, and solopreneurs. When it comes to job creation, the venture model and the small to mid-sized businesses create different types of jobs. The venture model creates the most high-paying jobs, but when it comes to volume, small to mid-sized businesses are the clear leader. But as we head forward in the 21st century, we need business creation. We need founders, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs. But there is a huge gap between the venture model and the small to mid-sized business model. And if innovation fails to happen, that gap could continue to widen. Logic would then lead us to believe if the gap widened, that income inequality would also rise as well. Now, Gen AI can be massively helpful in business creation. The fact that we have a highly intelligent chatbot at our fingertips that is willing to work 24/7 can't be a bad thing. In the age of AI, entrepreneurs can truly make the world spin. Think about this. If 50 million entrepreneurs globally created even one job, that is one founder creating one job, that is 50 million jobs right there. This is a very simple approach. Now, what if 25 million of those now two-person companies did well and added one more employee? That would be another 25 million more jobs. If we unpack this, thinking small could be thinking big. In a world where so many have their heads in their dreams, focused on mass wealth and the wealth creation model, thinking small is rare. But as we played with some numbers a bit, we hope you can see thinking small could be thinking big. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Humanity in the Loop podcast. Until next time, thanks for listening.